Okay, okay. I wasn't sure how, I was gonna go ahead and talk about this one because this is what seemed like it's an interesting thing that they've added. The pharmaceutical, you could run some security for, going to grab money and everything out of the banks. That are we gonna have to work in the game? Am I tripping? Like, and working in the game. And here's the thing about when we work in a game, you don't get paid that much. So it kind of struck me like, man, okay, are they adding real jobs that you can work in game? Therefore, it switches the whole economy of how you're going to be purchasing things from now on. A little bit more on the realistic side on the things on which you can buy. So these $2 million cars, okay, and that's almost minimum. $2 million cars, 1 million buying helicopters, planes. That is going to be more of us being able to steal those things rather than us actually being able to buy, because not too many of us play these small missions where we're going to want to work and make money the regular working way. Like they added the pizza shop. You deliver pizzas and stuff like that. And now you got the pharmaceutical. You have some other dispatch businesses that you can do that if you want to work as a police officer, because the role playing is no we're no stranger of the role playing, especially if you're a PC player. That the role playing is at an all-time peak, and honestly, that may be a reason why they may have had to make some delays on Grand Theft Auto 6, because Grand Theft Auto 5, you were able to do the body mechanics of changing how your body looked, and a lot of people were running actual jobs on that game just as their character, as the role playing character. So I think like when we look at this Grand Theft Auto 6, you might have to have a job and you go ahead and work your job, and it could be multiple things on what you could do as a job. You could be, obviously Franklin was a repo person. You could be a car salesman. That's what they had in the role plan. Obviously, we know about the police officer, and now that they have, a car washing business for the fronts, they have the helicopter tours, they have that, and they have the weed dispensary where you could work that. You had the taxi driver. There's so many realistic jobs that they're having, and to Grand Theft Auto 5, that is, it seems like a test trial to see what some people are playing, because some people may have that passion of wanting to be a doctor, to be a person of care. They just have that piece, because the game really has a good way of bringing out the true you and who you exactly are. Like, I mean, I'm playing this right here, this pharmacy thing, and right now, I ain't gonna lie, I want to hop out the car and it just be like, nah, whoever I gotta give this cure supplies to, they could go ahead and just, hey, it's their time. But I don't know. I like, what's up with them adding, these games, these different missions, because and I understand it, because not too many people want to go on to Grand Theft Auto and they don't want to run an MC business. They don't want to run a nightclub. They don't want to go ahead and do all these other businesses of heists that may be considered dangerous, that they look at like, I don't want to do it. So it is a real interesting thing for them to do, because that may change the whole gameplay of shifting out of Grand Theft Auto when it becomes too real, of giving everybody the experience to experience Grand Theft Auto, where you don't have to be that dangerous character online where you're just always shooting, always running over people, always fighting, and things like that. Because I do want to see the fighting mechanic, because you may could be a professional fighter and fight other people for money. They have the underground, or even like the UFC piece up in there. There's a lot of games that have fighting mechanics, and one of them that comes to mind is Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs have really good fighting mechanics, and you have other ones. Even like Red Dead has really fighting mechanics that they're going to spiff up the fighting mechanics. That may be one of your jobs. They may even add in basketball. Who knows what they may add in? But I think probably with the jobs, man, they're getting real interesting with the jobs that I'm gonna see. That I'm curious to know how much they're gonna be when the payouts, and that's something that we definitely got to talk about is the new payouts on how we're gonna do all these things. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more videos. I'ma check you next video, y'all. Peace.